Hello, everyone. Tim Gabauer, Superintendent of Schools, here today with John Campbell. Dr. Campbell is our 7th and 8th grade principal at junior high. For those of you out there that are leaving the elementary and coming to the junior, senior high school, that's a big step. There's some hesitation, we know, but boy, once people get here and they get settled in, realize what a great experience it is. And Dr. Campbell's going to talk to us a little bit about that transition and what that looks like. Dr. Campbell's been doing this particular position for
about 5 years.
5 years, I was going to say. Okay. And Dr. Campbell's got experience. He's been a high school assistant principal. He's been a high school principal. He's done some work in the elementaries, and here you are at the junior high. And the junior high it's come a long way over the years. It's really a strong learning community with some great collaboration. And it's really exciting to see what's happened over the years. And actually, as we go into this year, we'll be able to speak about some of those initiatives. But first off, I know I covered this a little bit with Mr. Gambita and what have you, but when you look at the junior high, what are some things that have been taking place on campus, like in the building, that people might be able to see? Because when they leave us in May and they come back in August, there's a lot that happens.
Yeah.
Like what's happening physically in the building?
Well, at the junior high level, thank you, Dr.
Absolutely.
for the opportunity to speak with you in the community. Summertime's always a busy time of year. A lot of things happening with our custodial staff and everyone cleaning and doing things. We had a summer school that happened earlier in June. There's been some reconfigurations and some things, but nothing dramatic has changed a lot on the junior high side. You'll see some things like nameplates changing, some decor changing. Some situations in the rooms changing, some furniture changing within some of those rooms, for some more flexible seating that we're starting to triculate down into the junior high side of the building. That there's really been an initiative on the high school side of the building. As a 7 through 12 complex, I mean, there's a lot of resources that our junior high kids have an opportunity to be exposed to or use that are on the side of this building. Like we have the Viking room, which could potentially be used for junior high space if needed.
That's right.
With our community and our kids and our staff. I know that the high school has been working to reconfigure the library, which is centrally located within our building, and our junior high kids will be exposed to those experiences down there as well. But just opportunities within our staff to look at. It's more or less the system of changes within the schedule that we're seeing. Not so much the physical plant itself that's changing. Our kids are still going to be down in the junior high side of the building for the vast majority of their classes. We have the opportunity for some of our 8th graders to come over into the senior high side for some of those exploratory type of classes to get them ready for that high school experience that they'll see the year prior. But for a 7th grader, our students stay down there in that junior high side of the building.
Yeah. And as Dr. Campbell, just to build on that a little bit, as you come into the building, and many know this already, but some may not, the junior high is in one side of the building, then high school on the other side. And Dr. Campbell spoke to a couple of the shared spaces. There's the cafeteria is a shared space. The library is a shared space. But the classrooms are distinctly in different locations. There's actually a junior high gym. There's a senior high gym. And it very rarely do they cross over. The counseling suite's right in the middle. So there's not a whole lot of interaction, with the senior high. But there is some, depending on the situation, but not a whole lot. So
on the junior high side, we have the gym being resurfaced and forward. This can be a beautiful facility.
That's right.
The district has spent a lot of money to upgrade this junior high gym, which is where all our varsity athletics and of course our basketball teams will play, and wrestlers too, in our gym spaces. But it's between the seating and the flooring and just it being refreshed. It's a fantastic facility that we have.
It is a great facility. And with the seating last year, we actually we had a problem. Our seating didn't pass inspection. So we had to get new seating, which was done last year. And it had been almost 20 years since the resurfacing of the floor, give or take. But the floor was starting to have some issues, so we had to go and refinish that. So we were able to take care of that this year. So yeah, those are some things that folks will see coming in. So when they come back, Welcome Back Night's a big tradition.
It is.
It's been going on for forever. There's an elementary day, there's a secondary day, and I know it's an important day for people, especially coming to 7th grade. I think it's probably the biggest event we have throughout the course of the district. Can you explain what can parents and students expect to see on that night, Welcome Back, which is what, the 21st of August?
21st. It's a busy evening for us, and we're thankful for that. It's a great opportunity. We encourage every family and student to come up to in the secondary building to be here and be part of it. Like I said, our staff will be ready to go. What's great about here in Mount Pleasant is over the last really 4 or 5 years, we've done a bump up day. So our 8th graders coming in already have an idea what their schedule is going to look like. So they, the last day of last year, they were able to meet and their teachers start looking at, supply lists and get an idea what the curriculum and what the format's going to be as a general overview. But our 7th graders, in May, they come up for a 7th grade orientation as well. But what you're going to expect to see when you come up here during the orientation, really the three approaches. One, we will have a welcome back night orientation meeting for our 7th grade parents and our students in the auditorium starting right at 4 o'clock. And then approximately about 4:40, we will have our National Honor Society students and some of our cheerleaders down in the junior high side of the building to help navigate traffic, give directions, help families navigate where they need to be at, help the students kind of go where they need to go as well. We'll have a kind of a raw welcome board that we've done with a community board, sound board that we've put in there in one part of our hallway, so you can give some encourage positive message. Kind of follows along with our positive behavior support interventions that we do here on our side of the building. The second part is meeting the teachers, checking out the lockers, kind of getting an idea of the lay of the land. We'll have maps available. You'll have your students' schedules. Those are expected to be ready by the 15th of this week, or 15th already. So we'll be disseminating them here very shortly. And then we also have what we call in the senior high gym, kind of like almost like not a convention, but we have basically like a number of tables set up where we have community organizations that will be there. DMJ will be there. The nurses are there. Our athletic department's there. It's an opportunity for our students to sign up for clubs. CSA is there.
In nutrition.
In nutrition.
St. Vincent Prevention.
Yeah. So it's a great opportunity. The expo that we have gives our community, our students an opportunity to see some of those outside agencies, some of those support companies that help us out here. Because it takes a lot of different organizations and companies in order to make a school operate and run. And like I said, it's an opportunity for our students also to sign up for their clubs and activities, or at least meet the sponsors, meet some of the kids that are involved with those too. One of the things we've done for the last 5 years is we have a scavenger hunt. So once we go through the presentation, welcome back for our 7th graders, we have a little scavenger hunt where a student and their family will go around finding different things. Then if they complete that task, we have a blue Viking shirt ready for the 7th grade students to come in on that welcome back night. So we want to see you there. We hope that you will be there. Participate, get involved, and get yourself a T-shirt to start the year off for your Viking pride.
There you go. It's a great evening, a nice transition and good way to get comfortable before day one, so we can just hit the ground running. So, and I know over the summer I've been able to come into the building and watch yourself and Mr. Belinsky and Mr. Gambita, and even at the elementaries, and see really been working on some upcoming initiatives. Can you talk a little bit about what those initiatives look like for the upcoming?
Yeah, the biggest thing is curriculum-wise. We've been working intimately with the Pennsylvania Training and Technological Assistance Network, PATN is what we call it, as well as our intermediate unit here in Westmoreland County to take a look at some curricular needs that we have with ELA or English Language Arts, as well as our math. So our staff has been working diligently with some different technical advisors, taking a look at curriculum and revamping some things, both the 7th and 8th grade. So we used to be a traditional 9-period block or 9-period schedule. What we're going to see with English is you're going to have the same English teacher for reading and English, which is commonplace in almost every school district that you go to. So our junior high students will have your English teacher for 2 periods back to back. It's not going to be like block 1, block 2. So you might have, let's say, math first period and social studies second period, and then you're going to go to English period 3 and 4 back to back. So that's a big change, but it's an opportunity for us to really dive into some of where our needs are with our ELA curriculum. Additionally, working with Pat and the Westmoreland Intermediate Unit, we've been able to put in what we call the Math Concepts Lab, which will help us do some enrichment as well as some intervention within 7th and 8th grade. So it's going to be a 1 period every other day. We're on an A-B rotation, so students will have a teacher working with them to shore up some skills, to take a look at some enrichment opportunities and get them ready for, again, things like the Keystone exam or the PSSA in the springtime. And that's going to work alongside with their math teachers they have too.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And then following through with the PBIS that you have in place and,
Yep.
and the MTSS. So a lot of good and
Yeah.
a lot happening, a lot of activity, and a lot of credit to your staff. Your staff has really embraced and done a great job in getting prepared and working along with you.
You can only do as much as the staff does.
That's right.
We have a great staff, and they've taken a lot of initiatives, and we're on year 3 with the positive behavior.
Yes.
And you've seen the change over the last 2 years with just the
agree.
culture and the dynamics of the building. We know that junior high and middle school is a unique developmental year stage for students there. It's a fantastic time for kids. There's challenges there, but we know that we have staff that are well prepared to work with our students at that age group and give them what they need to help us bridge between elementary to the high school.
Sure. So any specific items for your parents as we go into the 24-25 school year that we might not have touched upon?
Yeah, I mean, biggest thing, and you know this at home, just like my own kids, organization is the key to success in life. You know, if your kids' bedrooms look like my kids' bedrooms, they're pretty disorganized.
And it really
So-
comes into play in 7th grade.
It does. It does. So you're going to have from 6th grade to 7th grade in Ramsey, your students stayed basically in one little wing of the building and rotated between staff. They're going to be rotating, but you're going to see a larger area, but also the idea of, keeping themselves organized with the supplies and the notebooks and keeping their Chromebook and their Schoology pages organized across the board. It is so critical for success to start the year off. The students that have a general idea on how to keep things separate and keep things organized, having planners, having things that allow them to take a look at a calendar and see what's coming up, knowing when their homework is. And we have those things set up. That's the reason why we have the activity period at the end of the day, where students can go back to their homeroom and teachers are there to help them. Hey, before you go home, remember this, or hey, remember to check for this, and those types of things that we have already in place. Can't say enough of things like nutrition and just getting a good night's sleep. Our students at this age group, you're going to start seeing want to be more like night owls, but it's critical for them to, get that, 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night. So when they come earlier, it does start earlier. So they're going to be on earlier buses than they did at Ramsey. So that's a critical thing. So between sleep and nutrition, staying organized, those are really 3 big components that will help your junior high kid, your 12, 13, 14-year-old start the year off right here at Mount Pleasant.
Good. Oh, anything else before we end our conversation there, Dr. Campbell? Just in general, anything we may have missed? Anything else?
We really work hard on the 3 R's in the junior high. It's about relationships, relevancy, and rigor. And those are just, fancy terms that we want to make sure that kids feel welcome, valued, and loved at the junior high building. And like I said, we have some great teachers here that do those things. There's going to be a number of different things throughout the course of the year, activities and clubs and things that they do that go along hand in hand with the curriculum that we teach. And it's an exciting time. It's an exciting side of the building. The sports and the being involved in the musicals, or our 8th graders being involved with Friday Night Lights and the marching band.
And the experience really starts to broaden.
It does. It's the greatest thing about Mount Pleasant is when the students walk in 7th grade, we get to shake their hand at graduation, and when they graduate after the grade 12. So getting to see the kids, nurture the kids, knowing the kids in the community, it's a great place here at Mount Pleasant with a lot of Viking pride. So we're excited about the 6th graders coming up in 7th grade. We'll look forward to seeing you welcome back night, and please don't hesitate to give me a call, email, any questions or concerns. And I will tell you, Dr. Gaybauer, that even after welcome back night, if there are some families that want to help with the anxiety of lockers and things like that, our buildings are open on Thursday and Friday too, where you can come in during the day and just check those things.
Yeah, we've seen one-on-one.
Absolutely.
We've seen that before. Yes. Excellent.
Yep.
Well, thank you for taking the time, Dr. Campbell. Appreciate the conversation. And for those of you joining us, hopefully you found something very helpful here, and look forward to a great 7th and 8th grade school year. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you. Go Vikes.